Hi everybody, it's Connie at the West Regional Branch of the Lafayette Public Library, and today we are doing a video for our Grab and Go's paper roll pumpkins that we'll be making starting October 4th, and they're going to look just like this. So everybody can get a kit from any of our branches at the library. You're going to get a kit that includes everything that you need to make, and in the kit you're going to have some glitter cardstock, some toilet paper or paper towel rolls, glue, paintbrush to apply the glue, burlap, book pages, some string to attach everything together, and you're going to have cinnamon sticks that you're going to use as the stem of your pumpkin, and these are real cinnamon sticks, so it's going to give you a nice fall smell. All right, let's get started with your sheets of cardstock. They're cut and they should be all around the same height, which is 5 inches or 5.5 inches, but you're gonna cut them into 1/2 inch strips. So when you cut them into your 1/2 inch strips, you're gonna get some that look like this. Okay, and so for these, we're gonna glue them together and make a circle. And you're just gonna apply a little bit of glue to the inside of your roll. You're gonna pinch them together. And now these are pretty thick, and it takes a few minutes for the glue to dry. So you can go ahead, paper clip that together, and put it aside for a few minutes and let it dry. You're gonna wanna make about, if you're doing 2 pumpkins, you can make about 10 of these, and you can make them in whatever assortment of colors you want to. Now, if we're doing the book pages one, you have your pages of your book. You can go ahead, cut off the bottom of the page where there's no words. And then you also want to go ahead and cut these into about 1/2 inch strips. And now because the book pages are so thin, this is where our paper towel or toilet paper roll will come in. So you're gonna go ahead and take your your toilet paper roll, you can flatten it out, and you also wanna cut this into 1/2 inch strips. So you can use a ruler, or you can just kinda eye it if you want to. So eyeing it, I'm gonna cut it. Oops. Don't let it fly away. And when you have your toilet paper strips, you can go ahead and take your glue, apply it to the roll, and then you'll take your strips, and if you cut the whole page, you should end up with, you know, at least like 10 of these strips, and you just glue it down to your toilet paper roll, and there'll just be a slight gap. Now I have learned from doing this that not all toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls are made equally. So some of them are a little bigger, some of them are a little smaller. If you have a gap, you can just take some of the edges and kind of cover it up and fill it in. If it's a small gap, you can just make sure that when you actually construct your pumpkins together, that the gap is in the inside so that it's not visible. So once you glue that on, you can let that sit for a while until it dries. And once you have all of your strips cut and you have everything put together, then you'll be ready to construct your pumpkin. So I have some that I have already let dry, and I have an assortment here. If you use the paper clips to let them dry, just pull them off, and there you go. And I'm gonna make a pumpkin that's gonna have all of the different colors assorted. So you have your piece of twine, and you just run it through. So I'm gonna do an orange And then I'm gonna do a book page, purple book page. And once you get it tied off, you are gonna have to do some adjusting to actually get them to stay in the shape that you would like it to be. So go ahead and add the rest of these. All right, and then I'm gonna tie my string together and I'm gonna pull it tight. And then I'm just gonna double knot it here. And it's gonna look kind of weird at first, but we're going to adjust our rings. So if you sit it down on a flat surface, you can kind of stick your finger in the inside and just adjust the rings all around. Now all of your bags will have your cinnamon sticks, which you can use as the center of your pumpkin. So you can stick your cinnamon sticks in the middle, and they sometimes, depending on the size of your cinnamon sticks, you might take more than one, but everybody should have at least 3 cinnamon sticks in their kit. And it might take some arranging, kind of feels like you're arranging flowers here. You spread out your rings. And you can kind of pull them through each other too if you want to make sure the colors are right and everything looks cute. And once we have that done and it looks pumpkinish, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our leaves. So everybody will have a square here of green. So you can either draw out, so like I traced, you know, a leaf on the back of the paper, or you can just freehand it. And I'm gonna cut out a leaf. And your little strip of green should be enough for you to make 2 leaves. And then you'll also have a piece of burlap, and it should be enough to make 2 burlap leaves as well. So I'm gonna actually put down the green leaf that I just cut out, and I'm gonna hold it to my burlap so I can make sure that they match in shape and size. And I will say this burlap can get really messy because the fibers they kind of fall apart and they do fly all over. So you will end up with burlap kind of all over you. So do be careful when you are doing this. And there will be a cleanup process afterwards. So you have your nice shaped pumpkin with your cinnamon sticks in the center, so it'll have a nice fall smell when you use it. And then you can go ahead and just dab some glue on the back of the leaf that you just made. And you want to stick it in here and glue it down. Now, this paper is pretty thick, so I like to just curl the end of the leaf a little bit like this and try to lay it back here. And then I'm gonna do the same with the burlap that I cut in the shape of a leaf. So I'm going to take it, I'm gonna dab some glue on the bottom, and I'm gonna stick it behind the paper leaf like so, and push it down, and you want to glue it a little bit to some of your paper rolls so it stays down a little bit. All right, so once we have our leaves in, then you can just go ahead and make any final adjustments you need. You just want to make sure that your rings look like they're round or oval, you know, like a pumpkin shape. You want to make sure you don't have any sharp edges, and you can, you know, pull them apart, adjust them like it's almost like you are, you know, arranging flowers. And once you have that done, you have your stem of your pumpkin with your cinnamon sticks. And you do want to make sure, you know, if your string, if you're having a hard time getting your stems to stay, then you can tighten up your string. So when you do tie, you want to double knot it to make sure it doesn't come undone, but make sure you can, you know, undo it and adjust it if you need to. And then you basically have a completed pumpkin. And it should smell very cinnamony, because these are real actual cinnamon sticks. And it's a super cute little fun fall project that you can do, and you can use it as a decoration wherever you want. So that's it. Thank you for participating, and I'll see you next time.